Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to our webinars that started a little bit later than you probably expected. The webinar called StarWind HyperConverged Appliance, all-flash configuration where performance is crucial. And my name is Untitled Chapter. I'm head of support department at StarWind Software Incorporated. And I want to say that I'm terribly sorry for that inconvenience about that, time shift. And I'd like to say that if this webinar doesn't fit someone's schedule, we will be always glad to schedule the personal live demo for each one of you. So please email me by using the email that you see on the bottoms of the presentation right now, or you can email to Daria at starwind.com. That's actually the girl who sent over all of that invitations to you. You should have her email as well. So just email one of us and we'll conduct the personal live demonstration for you. I mean, that's even better than a webinar. But hey, anyway, what happened that happened. Let's get back to our topic. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the HyperConverged Appliance, about the all-flash configuration, and by the way, right now you see the two Dell servers, which are actually, they are actually used for StarWind HyperConverged Appliance. Actually, that is precisely those guys that are used for our live demo stand that we are using. Actually, I'm lying a bit. We're gonna use them soon. So again, thank you very much for joining. My name is Anatoly. That's my pretty face over there. So today is 27th of October. We need that information anyway. So quick introduction of myself. I'm a global engineering support manager at StarWind Software Incorporated. I've been in StarWind, with StarWind, for StarWind for more than 7 years. I've been working in a QA department, but mainly I have concentrated myself at working at technical support, where I started as junior support engineer, and now I am who I am. And beside that, I had one more year of professionality experience, but that was kind of system administration. And obviously, I'm hosting the StarWind webinar series and also the taproom series, which is kind of a little bit different webinar format. So, quick look at today's agenda. So first of all, you're gonna have the quick overview for HyperConverged Appliance. Then you will learn how it's possible to configure StarWind HyperConverged Appliance, and that's exactly what HA stands for right now, HyperConverged Appliance. How it can be configured without 5.9 and with 5.9. Well, there may be tricky options. After that, you're gonna have the opportunity to check the live demo of the product, and then at the end of the presentation, we will have about 10-15 minutes maximum for the QA session. So. Obviously the webinar is being recorded and we're gonna upload the webinar really soon. Also, if I will have some gap between the slides, I will gladly answer all of your questions. Don't hesitate to ask them all. Okay, and just before we'll start, just a quick check. Does everybody see the picture good, and does everybody have a good sound quality? So if you have some issues, just drop me just a quick something to the questionnaire chat box. Okay, it looks like everything is good. So thank you, Tom, Peter, and Chris. Okay, it looks like we're in a good shape at the moment. So, StarWind HyperConverged Appliance. Who are the main users of that thing, and what is that beast? So, first of all, the main potential users of that solution are SMBs, which are small and medium business, and especially smalls. Also, the solution should be considered for robot deployments when we have a lot of locations. So let's start with the SMBs. Why exactly them? So hyper-converged appliance comes with minimal configuration, and that's really minimum. In order, minimum configuration that guarantees the high availability of all the system. It provides a full business continuity to the system, and by saying minimum configuration, I'm assuming only 2 servers that gonna run everything. So what exactly I mean by saying everything? I mean that StarWind HyperConverged Appliance includes the well, actually there are 2 options depending on the hypervisor that you would like to use. You have option to go with the Hyper-V or vSphere. But regardless what you will pick, you will get additionally StarWind Virtual SAN as the shared storage solution, Veeam Backup Essentials as the backup and possibly replication solution, and 5 Manager is an option that you will get if you decide to go with the Hyper-V. And well, obviously because 5 Manager manages the Hyper-V things. If you will go with the vSphere, then the management will be provided by the vCenter, which obviously comes with the purchase. Okay, let's move on. So, quick overview. What exactly people should consider switching to something like StarWind solution? First thing that we kept in our heads, in our minds, or when we decided to develop that product, is that many mixed hardware solutions fail. It may be untested and unsupported due to really obvious reasons. Because one day you're gonna reach the end of life of some products. One day that one talking about the unsupported. But what bothers us more is that it may be untested, because a lot of things. If you're gonna, let's say, configure everything on your own, which is actually should just be somewhere in your head right now. So yeah, technically you actually can get a couple of Dell servers and install everything on your own, but that would be untested. In StarWind, we are testing everything. We are, before giving it away to people. So the budget you're receiving is tested, approved, verified, certified. Everything that's required to ensure that the solution can run properly. Provides the fault tolerance on the shared storage level, provide the availability or fault tolerance on the hypervisor level, does the backup, provides a true business continuity, which assumes having the snapshots, which assuming having the a high availability or fault tolerance, which assumes having the DR copy. So all of that is tested, verified. And also, if some solution would be configured by the end user, well, let's be honest, it will be really tough to troubleshoot in case something gonna happen with one component, which affects the third component. So basically, you're gonna go through troubleshooting of the third component, then you probably go to troubleshooting of the second one, and then you will get to the bottom. When you will get to the bottom of the issue, well, that's going to be a long process. If you're going to go with the hyper-converged appliance of StarWind, it will be much more easier, and a little bit later I'll explain why. So, hyper-converged solution, it's in a box. It includes the two hypervisor hosts at the failover cluster. It includes the pooled storage. It includes redundant networking and centralized management, which in my opinion is really great, because our users are actually receiving the already pre-configured solution. So how exactly the process of getting the solution looks like, after some short talks with the salesperson and doing everything the salesperson actually requires to do, you're going to be contacted by one of StarWind support engineers to check what exactly configuration do you need. Because obviously we have 3 or a little bit more default configurations, but there are always maybe options. So we're always checking if there are some. Well, for example, let's assume that one of you guys want to get the hyper-converged appliance that comes with the Hyper-V. In order to configure the Hyper-V cluster, as you all may know, it's required to have a domain controller. So those servers should be the part of the domain. So 2 options here. We may create a new domain as a VM on the hyper-converged appliance, or we can integrate those servers into your existing domain. Another thing that may be under discussion is the networking part. So you can add or decrease the number of network cards, or you can change the length of the network cables. Well, I know that's small things, but I think it's good for you to know. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so let's go through each component of the hyperconverged platform one by one. So first one, 5.9 manager. That guy comes with the just a quick reminder. That guy comes with the Hyper-V based platforms, and right now you can see the main benefits of that product. Single pane of glass management, so summary view, individual host management, monitoring with proxy analyzer, blah blah blah. So let's go through them one by one. So in my opinion, it's good to know that you can manage all of your infrastructure. So data center, cluster, host, virtual machine, network, disks, and that is really good. And another good thing here is that 5.9 Manager looks and feels like VMware vCenter, for a familiar experience. And about the summary overview, it provides the essential system status and alarms in a convenient visual form. It does different views for different levels like data centers, cluster, and host. It has got the searchable tab view that can be filtered by hosts, virtual machines, and clusters. It provides the detailed info about the health state of the clusters, hosts, virtual machines, and convenient graphs. And graphs is a keyword here, in my opinion, because everybody. In my opinion, it's much better to have something like graphs instead of something like really big bunch of numbers. So clustered management, you can review the cluster information, you can pause, resume cluster nodes, you can do the live migration, quick migration, or etc. You can add or remove virtual machines to cluster or removed from cluster. Well, and about the monitoring, um, the Five9 Manager provides the graphical dashboard that shows key system status indicators on host and VM level. It has got the customizable display parameters for virtual machines, so you can organize your view by virtual machine, operation system type, or, and more and more. It provides ability to exclude certain hosts from monitoring, so it wouldn't, bother you in case if you're like completely sure that the server is okay. And also all the historical data is stored in the database, so you can always check what happened with the server in any point in time. The next thing in the list is the best practice analyzers. So Five9 has got a built-in scanning for Hyper-V and other roles. It has got configuration compliance to Microsoft best practices, and it has got the remediation recommendations, so which is really cool. Load balancing and optimization is a has the built-in scanning for Hyper-V and other roles configuration. Actually that's kind of a little bit the same to what best practice analyzer does, but this time it's kind of implements those best practices. And I'll log in. Well, I'm pretty sure that everything is clear here, and it's about the VMware antivirus. Well, personally, me, I'm not using antivirus at all, but I know that it's required to for by the company policies to use it. So you can acquire it by getting the hyper-converged appliance. Okay, so StarWind Virtual SAN. I will not I will not talk a lot about that product because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you people are familiar with it. Moreover, we will have the live demo that will cover some thing that I can say now. So let's just go through the key options. So StarWind Virtual SAN provide the complete storage fault tolerance. It provides the automated failover and failback, and it has got non-volatile RAM and flash cache. Well, also StarWind obviously has got a lot of benefits, like additional feature. I think it's better to say additional features like data replication, like log structuring, like again monitoring, event notifications, email event notifications, blah blah blah. But hey, well, actually, if you would like to learn more about the StarWind Virtual SAN itself, again, just drop a question to the questionnaire chat box. I will cover them on a QA. Okay, the next Veeam Backup. So what exactly provides Veeam Backup is obviously the backup, replication, recovery, and complete visibility of backup infrastructure. So let's go through them one by one. Backup. Veeam Backup replication creates lightning fast virtual machine backups while also giving multiple backup options to meet your needs. Network mode, also known as NBD, is available for any infrastructure configuration, but Veeam also provides the virtual appliance, hot and direct SAN access mode that provides direct access to production storage, taking load off your management network and hypervisor host, and maximizing backups performance. Plus features such as source side deduplication and compression, change block tracking, usually people call it CBT, parallel processing, automatic load balancing, and the exclusion of swap files ensure that fastest and most efficient backup possible. Replication, also known as advanced virtual machine replication, complement your VMware and or Hyper-V backups with ready-to-use VM replicas to get near continuous data protection, also known as near CDP, and enhance your business continuity. In case of virtualized application failure, you can immediately switch over to its exact copy and run it either on your main or remote side. Veeam's replication allows you to achieve less than 15 minutes RPOs for any virtualized application. Maintain image-based replicas either on-site for high availability or off-site for disaster recovery. And simplify replica failover and failback with delta synchronization and automated IP readdressing. Okay, recovery. With instant virtual machine recovery, you can run any virtualized application on vSphere or Hyper-V directly from the latest backups instead of making users wait while you provision storage. Extract the backups and copy it to production. You can simply start a virtual machine with Veeam's patented vPower technology. After that, use VMware Storage vMotion or Veeam's proprietary quick migration to move virtual machine back to production storage. While many vendors claim to be able to recover a VM quickly, not all VMs actually recover solutions are created equally. Veeam's instant VM recovery delivers first-to-market technology proven by tens of thousands of customers worldwide. It supports both vSphere and Hyper-V and is storage agnostic, but they love StarWind Virtual SAN, obviously, and does not require additional VMware storage vMotion licensing. So you can save a penny there. And the last option, but not the least in the list, complete visibility of backup infrastructure. Veeam provides monitoring and reporting tools to help you to discover and be alerted to issues in your IT environment before they have a significant impact on operations. Veeam helps you to monitor health of VMware and Hyper-V environments, troubleshoot performance, and plan your backup infrastructure. You can get real-time monitoring, reporting, and capacity planning of your backup infrastructure within your favorite management framework. Veeam Backup and Replication integrates with, well, actually with a lot of things. There is a long list, and don't really think will be interesting for you. Okay, so that's some kind of delta summary. So StarWind HyperConverged Appliance is more than just a storage. Each unit is built to order, it's configured, it's tested, it's storage provisioned, demand deployed, clustered, created. Well, actually I have already shared that information with you, well, most part of it. The only thing that I haven't clarified is cluster created. So yeah, we're creating the Hyper-V cluster or VMware cluster. So technically there will be nothing that you should do. Well, like it's not like nothing at all, but still we are covering the major part of the configuration. And to the all-flash topic, initially I wanted to say like a lot of things about how all-flash config is good, that it's really reliable, that since it's all-flash, shouldn't go, you're not forced to go with the fast RAID types, let's call it that way, I mean RAID 0, RAID 10. I'm assuming usually RAID 10 because everybody needs redundancy. So with all-flash config, you can go with the RAID 5, let's say, and you will still get the good IOPS. And well, and obviously the hyper-converged platforms that come with these spindles and obviously the caching configured, you will get this picture that will be good enough. I mean, it will work. We have the IOPS calculated already, so if you know the IOPS that you require, you can get the hyper-converged appliance that will perfectly fit your system. But with all flash config, obviously the system gonna run a bit faster. So with spindles you'll get a good enough speed, with the all flash you'll get a brilliant speed. And my favorite part and benefit of the hyper-converged appliance, that solution actually comes with a single support point of contact for entire appliance. So no matter what exactly you will have problems with, hardware, software, or anything else, well, maybe that could be not problem, but some kind of reconfiguration questions, clarification questions, you will get StarWind support engineer as a single point of contact for everything. Well, hey, I mean, I know that you guys can think right now something like that appliance comes, new. Why should I have problems with? Well, unfortunately, we are living. I mean, let's just face it. We are living not in a perfect world. Something gets broken. I mean, iPhone gets broken. For example, Russian users of the iPhone had the bug in iOS 9 with the capital letters when switching to Safari application, which is not fixed even in 9.2, iOS 9.2 beta at the moment. So, I mean, and the Apple is one of the most reliable things, right? So everything gets broken, everything may malfunction, so that's why you'll need the technical support. Everything should be reconfigured one day, and obviously it needs to be reconfigured according to some best practices. That's why you will, if you don't know them, you need to call somebody, you need to email somebody, or you can go to the forums and out there. But I don't think that there's going to be a really fast way to get your questions answered. So when saying that you have a single point of contact, I mean that you do have it, and we will do everything for you. We will pre-configure the servers for you. We will integrate those servers in your system for you. We will assist you in reconfiguration. We will assist you in recovery in case if it will be required. In my opinion, that's really good, and especially when talking about absence of need to contact, let's say Microsoft support. Just an example. If someone of you did it once, I think those people know what I'm talking about. Okay, demo time. So let me grab a couple of my servers, or at least one. Good, so that guy is already pre-configured, and let me grab another. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. And let me grab another server. Alright, okay. No, that's a virtual machine. Okay. Okay, so I will again. It will be even better. I will log into the second server as RDP inside of RDP. Need to go deeper. Yeah, that's me. Oh, really? Okay, so we've got server within server. Yep. So, I'd like to quickly show you the components that we have, the hyper-converged platform components. So I'd like to start with the 5.9 manager for Hyper-V. And while it's loading, just a quick overview of what we have here. We have two servers with the Hyper-V installed, with the 5.9 manager installed and configured a bit, with StarWind installed and configured, and StarWind feeds the Hyper-V cluster, which is configured as well. So 5.9 manager, great thing, great tool that can do everything. As you can see, it shows you the, something like summary overview of the system. It can show you the profile manager. If that would be live system, it would show you some optimization things. It can show you the monitoring, best practice analyzer. Again, it's not a live system, so it won't show you a lot. If there is something specific that you would like to see in the 5.9 manager, fire the question to the questionnaire box. We can get back to the system during the Q&A session. So I'd like to quickly go to the StarWind. This is how StarWind looks when it just configured. So adding servers, double click them in order to connect to the host that we will manage. Again, as you can see, the system is pre-configured. So this was So as you can see, we've got the witness drive, which serves as a quorum for the Hyper-V cluster, and we've got the two CSVs. So let's quickly create the StarWind storage. Let's not make it too big. Let's call it webinar. Let it be 1 gig size. Right now we are using default configuration, default settings, which is write back caching with the default 128 megabytes. That's of RAM. And after that, we're gonna go to the replication manager, and we will add the partner to that guy, thus achieving the default tolerance on the shared storage level. No, I'm not gonna modify that. So after we will configure the synchronization channel and the heartbeat. We didn't want to synchronize them. Yeah, I know. Then I'm taking all the risks. I'm a risky guy. So after that guy is created, we need to configure the SCSI connection to it, which is not too complicated, but it will take time, and I know that we've been late, and the procedure is actually described in all of our technical documentations that tells how to configure StarWind with the Hyper-V. So I'm just gonna pass through that and switch to how those disks are displayed in the disk manager. So as you can see, we've got only one CSV, so two targets, two StarWind partners are running visible here as a single storage. The same applies to the CSV2. Oh, sorry, that was not intended. So I'm gonna drop this and switch to. I'm gonna go to the failover cluster manager. Here are our test VMs. As you can see, we've got a poison, we've got a remedy, we've got something that blah 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 file server remedy, and this is the poison virtual machine. So I'm gonna log to it. Really? I knew that it was 5 zeros. Okay, and the virtual machine runs on the local. So I'm gonna migrate it, live migrate it to the other node in order to show you how failover works. Well, simultaneously I'll show you how virtual machine live migration works. Bang. Yeah, it's normal. So let's connect it again. And actually, just for your information, we're just running the ping command, just to see that it works. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to reboot this server, and we'll see how the failover works. So I'm gonna switch it a little bit. See, live migration, pay attention, blink. That's it. That's how live migration works. Okay, so we have seen how StarWind cooperates with the Hyper-V. Well, actually, another thing that that hyper-converged platform has is the Veeam, but hey, really, I have no idea how to show you how Veeam works without taking at least an hour of your time. So just believe me, it is there and it works. So we had the demo, and right now we are switching to the questions and answers. That's my favorite part of each webinar or tap room. So question from Tony, does it run in HP hardware Proliant? No, it doesn't. Juan double-checked about the hypervisors that are the options for the HyperConverged Appliance. The options that HyperConverged Appliance provides are the VMware and the Hyper-V. Question from Craig, and hello Craig. We've got the phone. I have actually emailed you today. We should have a call this week, I guess. But hey, let's go through your questions. You've got some. So question number 1, for the pre-configured servers, are you setting them with RAID 0 or are you adding RAID 10 for extra redundancy? Usually we're providing the RAID 10, especially when talking about the spindle disk systems, because they've got it. The capacity is cheap there. When talking about the all-flash systems, obviously that disk space will, is higher when talking about the price. So we're considering, and usually we're providing people with the RAID 5 configuration. Another question from Craig is there a limit of the number of the nodes? We're currently running 3 node StarWind cluster. Is that still the max? Yes and no. It's the maximum number of synchronous replication partners that StarWind does. but you can add the StarWind nodes, thus increasing the capacity or IOPS of the system. Basically, that's exactly what called scale out. The configuration of the thing is not too straightforward, unfortunately. So let's imagine that you have added 4 server and you're running a 3-node replication. You will have, by default, we usually recommend configuring 4 devices. So the first one gonna run on nodes number 1, 2, 3. The second one gonna run on nodes 2, 3, 4. The third gonna run on 3, 4, 1, and the last one gonna run on the fourth, first, and second. I hope that makes sense. Okay, question from John Johnson. Unfortunately, I had yeah, so just consider this as another question. If the webinar being recorded, yeah, it's recorded, and as far as I know, you should receive the follow-up email with the link to the record. If for some reason you will not receive that record, check our website on Thursday, maximum Friday. Go to the resource library and record and tick in the recorded webinars or videos. That should be one of the last ones. Question from Mr. Floors. How fast or closed do the nodes need to be? Well, close by default. The system is shipped with, if I'm not mistaken, 1 meter Cat6 cables, but again, there may be options. And usually we are recommending to connect the servers mostly by crossovers for the service channel, for example, for StarWind synchronization channel, for SCSI data traffic. Question from Eric. Is there a document process for operation system upgrade, specifically when server 2016 is RTM? Great question. Well, first of all, guys, I know that StarWind will work on top of the server 2016, but, well, first of all, wait for for the service update from Windows Server until it will, before putting something into production. I mean, that's my strong recommendation. I've seen billion bugs of the first release of new operation system. Really, you don't want to face it. Just wait for the first service update. Secondly, wait until all the components that you have in your system, regardless if you StarWind or not, wait until all of the major components of your system will be certified with the Windows Server 2016. And, well, obviously Hyper-V is our main hypervisor, our main client application that uses StarWind, so getting the certification with 2016 will be is actually our high priority. We would actually acquire it right now, but Microsoft simply don't have any certification tool, certification program for the new operation system. And about the operating system upgrade, as far as I remember, we even have the knowledge base article on our website about upgrading the operation system. Well, if there will not be any, just email me, I'll provide you. I think I had something like template for that. Great, so question from Engel. When it comes time to expand, are we limited by buying the exact spec server? In other words, will this be a forklift effort? Well, actually, the big benefit of our solution is the ability to scale out. Hopefully that actually answers your question. Another question from Angel is Veeam included as part of the management tools? That would be impressive, by the way. Great question, actually. Hyper-converged appliance comes with the Veeam Essentials, and if you want to get some additional things from Veeam, we're always open for your questions and requests, honestly. So hopefully I impressed you. Question from Alessandro. The solution includes Microsoft license. Is it possible to install the customers one? Yeah, sure. We have few options. You can get the retail license, you can get the OEM license, or you can do the BYOL, bring your own license. Question from Josip. Hi Josip. I think I've seen you a lot of times on our webinars, so thank you for staying with us. So, why can I still can't expand LSFI size when cluster is online? Well, because it's designed to work in that way. Sorry. Question from Kenny. What's the maximum nodes in a cluster? When talking about Hyper-V cluster, the maximum number is 64. When talking about the StarWind cluster, storage cluster only, the maximum number of scale-out nodes is unlimited. Okay, question from Craig. What angle is looking for? By the way, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm not sure how exactly it should be, angle or angel. So what angle is looking for is if we buy 2 node today and then 6 months from now another 2 node, but the newer one is now running on a newer Dell model, will there be any problems with the mixed processor, RAM types, etc.? Awesome question. From StarWind standpoint, no. Maybe there will be some changes in how Microsoft processes the different hardware on the systems, but obviously and unfortunately I don't know those requirements at the moment, but I don't think that there will be some stoppers in the plan, I hope that makes sense. Guys, looks like I've got everything answered. I'm giving you another minute to type in the questions if you have some. Otherwise, I'm gonna say you thank you. Batman. Okay, looks like you guys are the question. Great. So thank you everybody for joining the webinar. Again, I deeply apologize for that inconvenience with the time. I know we messed up. Thank you everybody. I really appreciate that you all have been here. Grab a beer for me. I really hope to see you on further events like webinars or tap rooms and etc. Craig, I'm looking forward for your email. We need to have a call. For everybody else, have a great rest of the week. Have a perfect weekend after the week, and take care. Bye bye everyone.